So let's start unboxing this. Let's look at the box actually. So there's no specifications anywhere on this box. We'll open it up and see what we have inside. I'm pretty excited for this laptop, as you can probably tell. So here we have a box. Let's see what's inside. It is a charger, and it's a regular barrel plug, so we'll put that aside. And this is the laptop itself, and there's nothing else inside here, so we'll put that aside. And look at the laptop itself. All right, take this thing out of the plastic. And here we have the laptop itself. It is, oh, there's also a plastic on here too. Let's take that off. Very nice. And you can see that there's a jumper logo here. I don't know if it lights up. I don't think it does. It feels pretty smooth. So I think it's just painted on. And this is a nice metal cover on the laptop. It feels pretty good, so that's pretty decent. Let's look at what we have on the bottom. And here we have more plastic that I'm going to take off. And here we have 4 rubber feet, and we also have a slot for the extra M.2 slot there. And finally, with regards to the ports, here we have a USB port as well as a mini or micro HDMI. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's definitely not a full-size HDMI. And here we have another USB port, a micro SD card slot, headphone jack, as well as DC port. There is no USB-C port here, unfortunately, but we can make do without that for now. Opening up the laptop, very nice. Here we have the keyboard itself. This is most likely a metal keyboard. I like it a lot. You know, just touching it for the first time, it feels very, very nice. Definitely probably the best keyboard I've felt from Jumper in a long time. And that's definitely saying something. I like how there's full-sized arrow keys. I like how there's a full-size page up, page down, and home. I would have liked this button to be off the keyboard itself and on maybe like up here, like my on the Xiaomi 21. But we'll have to make do for that. And here we have a very nice big trackpad also. Feels pretty clicky, and yeah. And this is the screen. I already have one finger marked down the middle already, but you can see that up there is your webcam. You also have your microphone, and finally the bezels around the screen are actually not too big, which is nice. You know, you have maybe 1 centimeter on both sides, about a 1.5 on the top, and about 2 centimeters, 2 to 3 centimeters on the bottom. Definitely not bad, but they're definitely not super small either. So, you know, we can deal with that. That's definitely not an issue. Alright, so I turned the laptop on, then there was already an admin account set up on this, so I'm just going to play around really quickly with the laptop. Stuff feels pretty good. It definitely feels a lot faster than an eMMC, or at least it's going to be a fast eMMC drive. You know what, let's double check that right now, since we have a little bit of time. eMMC. And we'll see what drive we have in here. And here we have an SSD, so that's why it feels so fast, and combined with the newer Gemini Lake N4 4100, I believe, so there's that. So it definitely feels good, and we'll see how it performs. So this screen here is, I think it's definitely a matte display. I'm not sure if it's IPS or TN, but we'll have to see. Let's open YouTube and look at what we got. And now here I'm going to play a clip from YouTube. This is a very colorful 1080p clip, and we'll see how good the screen looks. So right now it looks pretty good. The colors, well, you can't really tell how good the colors are on this. Oh, okay, yeah, it's not super duper good. The colors, I will say, I've seen IPS screens with a lot better color. Detail is pretty good though. I will say that the the 1080p display here definitely looks pretty decent. Like I said before, I'm not too impressed with the color palette or the color gamut on this display. It looks, to be honest, a little bit washed out next to, let's say, what you'll find on a good LCD display like on a cell phone, but I will say that it's definitely more than good enough for most people to use. But if you are a tech enthusiast, you might actually find this display to be a little bit washed out, if you can put it that way, in terms of the color saturation and stuff like that. That being said, you really have to look at it from the right angle, because if you look at it off angle a little bit, you'll notice that the color actually gets significantly worse. So the angle at which you watch this clip is definitely going to affect the color of this. I will say that the Jumper EZbook 3 Plus, or yeah, 3 Plus with the Core M7Y30 definitely has a better screen than this. It's more colorful than this. but it's basically the same size and the same resolution. The color is just better. This one does look a little bit pale, but then again, I will test out this completely in the full review, so do stay tuned for that. So next, we're going to test out the sound quality on the laptop, and let's listen to what this can output.